People should be forcefully rising up against this, speaking out against it.
Okay, so that was the most prominent elected Democrat in America calling for a forceful uprising. Those were the words that he used. The last time we saw a forceful uprising in this country, the Confederacy fired on Fort Sumter and the Civil War began. The left are calling for that again. We're serious. And we know that sensible people right now are probably rolling their eyes. You roll your eyes when you hear about stuff like the No Kings protests happening again this weekend. But just remember that sensible people rolled their eyes in 1860 as well. America's never going to go to war with America, right? That's what they thought. And 700,000 Americans died in that war. The left are pushing for something to happen, something violent that they can then use to justify what they want to do next. Widespread civil unrest, put another way, war.
The original No Kings protest was 250 years ago. Americans decided they didn't want to live under the rule of King George III. They declared their independence and fought a bloody war for democracy. We've had 2.5 centuries of democracy since then, often challenging, sometimes messy, always essential. And we've fought in 2 world wars to preserve it. Now we have a would-be king who wants to take it away, King Donald I. That.
Okay, that was yesterday. We don't think there's any ambiguity about what Robert De Niro is calling on people to do this weekend. He wants people to get violent. And thousands of people are going to take part in these protests on Saturday. 40 are happening in the state of Connecticut alone. 40 separate No Kings protests are happening in one of the smallest states geographically in the country. 29 are happening in Rhode Island. They could all hold hands. And think about what these people are actually protesting. If Donald Trump is a king, I'm telling you, he's got to be the worst king in American, check that, world history. After 9 months in office, Donald Trump has ended 8 wars. I don't know a king in history that ended 8 wars. I also don't know any kings out there that would allow thousands of separate No Kings protests to take place in his kingdom on a Saturday. It's just so ridiculous when you think about it. They want this to be true so badly that they've completely lost themselves.